Okay.
Now we're on.
I'm getting ready, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I came in.
What up, everybody?
Guns a-blazing. There's no guns in my hand.
Thank God for that, because I'm the only person in the room. So if there's a gun in your hand, I'm nervous and scared.
There was a really nice gentleman who opened the door for me when I walked in.
That was nice. I don't know who that was. Do I?
Well, that's a problem.
I don't know who's
he was
here.
on the inside of your church. I don't know.
Oh.
He was a nice gentleman. I don't know. Fire, maybe?
A very distinguished
He
gentleman.
opened the door for me. That was kind. That was so nice. Open the door for people, guys.
What up, everybody?
Hi.
What up, everybody?
Oh, sugar. I left my list.
Your list of what?
My list of
Topics?
Guys, I'm all
Kim is a mess today. First of all, she comes bounding in here. I mean, like, I can't even tell you. I was on the phone. So then she just sits down in the chair. She's got a whole, what do they call those?
Strawberries.
But what the holder, what's it called?
A container?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like there's a term for it.
Like a clamshell?
It's one of those plastic clamshell containers. A quart. She's got a whole quart of strawberries. Like, she's going to annihilate in the next hour.
Probably. No, I'm not going to eat all of them.
Thank God for that, because that's a lot of strawberries.
I'm not going to eat all of them. Probably
Yikes.
like 5.
Yikes. Anyway, you're listening to another episode of Grease and Grace for your face.
And I'm a hot mess of a grease ball today. I'm going to eat 6. I got 6.
Why'd you go 6?
I just felt like it.
All right.
It just feels like the right number.
That's fair.
Because there was one that was really red. I love strawberries.
I ate the whole thing.
You do not eat the leaves.
I do too.
Stop.
I do.
Stop.
I ate the whole thing. Haven't you ever had lettuce with your salad?
This isn't a salad, Buck. This ain't a salad. This is fruit.
I'm just saying that it does
goodness.
it just blends in.
I'm just 6 feels right.
It's fine.
There was a really dark one.
Your nails are teal as teal can be. They're like metallic teal.
I asked for. They're called cat eyes.
They are
so
glimmering.
I asked for green.
Holy wow!
And the girl,
That's not
her name's
green.
Lily. Shout out to Lily. She was like, I was her last person.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're gonna do something different. And I was like,
are
okay. And then she
metallic.
did cat eye teal, which I would never do this on my nails ever.
That's crazy. I love it.
So,
I think it's great.
mean,
I haven't
it's
seen
just-
like that color of nail polish. It does. I can see the cat's eye too, because it kind of like changes when you move your finger a little bit.
Yeah. It's like water.
When you smack your kids with those they're gonna see one color, and then as your hand goes through their face, they're gonna see a totally different color.
Yep,
They're
exactly.
Like, Mama said,
Don't do anything. Kids are out of school now.
Hey, it is the first official day of summer break, and I am absolutely stressed and distressed.
That means you have a high schooler.
I do.
You officially have a high schooler.
I do.
Oh my goodness.
I sat down with my beautiful wife last night, and I tried to talk to her about how her schedule is going to change, and it did not go well.
Uh-oh.
She's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I'm wrong." I can't.
Like,
it just switches. Like, everything just changes.
Her schedule changes?
All of ours. Like, because now the girls are home.
Everybody's
like
home.
when you have a flexible schedule and you don't have hours, like you have to improvise and adapt all over the board.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
really hard to do.
Oh my goodness. So like, it feels, the only way I can explain it to people is it feels like you're in a car and somebody's like slams on the gas and then they find the right speed. And then,
And you're, like,
maybe,
cozy.
you're cozy, you're comfortable. And then about, when 2 hours, 3 hours later, they just slam on the brakes and they're like, and then they go way back down. You're like, what is happening? And they're like, don't you just adjust?
Yeah.
I can't.
That's really hard. Like I send my boys to Boys and Girls Club right now because otherwise they're just gonna fight.
Can you imagine if that didn't exist?
Oh my goodness,
man! Go hug those volunteers.
They would be in daycare.
Yeah, it'd be bad.
But like, if it was not for daycare or Boys and Girls Club, which I know that there will come a time when they are actually home.
Sure.
And I am so not looking forward to it,
Yeah.
just because maybe.
I love my kids, but
like,
it's just a different speed. Like today, for example, I go home and eat lunch on.
And you're like, why are you here?
And yeah. There's so much more dishes, and there's people there. And normally it's like just Bethany and I. We could talk, and and now it's like,
You don't get that reprieve at all.
There's no reprieve. Gas pedal, brake. Gas pedal, brake.
I imagine like once once Miles and Owen get to be like Gianna's age, then they won't be going to Boys and Girls Club. Maybe they will be helping. I don't know. I don't know what's in store for them.
We'll figure it out
if they're
the
home,
second they go back to school.
My eyes going to start twitching just thinking about it. They fight so much. Maybe by that time they won't fight. That's a lie.
That's true.
That's a lie.
You figure out the next like phase, like when you're done with that phase. Somebody
tell me what's the next phase.
That is a life lesson. Doesn't matter if you're raising kids or your schedule changes. Like you figure it out the very last day. Because I told Bethany last night, I said, we had a good thing going in the school year. We figured it out. And she's like, we did good last summer if we could just remember.
Should have wrote down.
Write it down.
Your play-by-play.
Anyway, you guys are listening to Grease and Grace. Every week we do a couple of things. First of all, we have an introductory question now that Kim poses to us, and then we dive into the topic. In the topic section, we look at the greasy and graceful aspects of life, current events, pop culture, things like that. But we give you a little bit of a greasy side, which is like things that frustrate us. And then we move on into the graceful side, which is delightful. So before we get into the grease and grace of a specific topic, and I'll unpack what that is in regards to like a detailed description after Kim gives it. Kim, the question of today is?
The question of the day is, what is... Does it make you nervous?
No, I love it. I love questions, so it doesn't bother me at all.
Or what was the weirdest thing you believed as a kid?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what was the weirdest thing? I have one.
You need to go because that gives me at least a couple of seconds to think on it.
Okay, so long ago, I don't even know when this started. I don't even know when this started, but it was before like my cognizant remembrance.
Oh, I got one. Yeah, go ahead.
And so we used to not want to eat our bread crust, I think, is what happened. Mom, you're going to have, Mom, if you're listening, you're going to have to just, refresh my memory on all of this. But anyways. Carmen. So we had this, rule, not even rule, but there was this thing where, my grandma, my mom, my grandpa would tell us if you ate your bread crust, then you would learn how to whistle. And so...
Can you whistle?
Yeah. And so we would eat our bread crust and then we would work on whistling.
No way.
And it got us to eat our bread crust and it got us to learn how to whistle. My brother, phenomenal whistler.
Just goes to show you that parents will lie as much as possible just to get their kids to do anything.
Just eat the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I now can whistle really, really well. Guys, just in case you don't know. It's
do
not,
it.
It's
Go
not
for
because
it. Let me hear it. You're eating strawberry.
I got a lot going on, but
everybody's like, prove it.
Bread crust does not make you whistle. Just a lot of practicing makes you whistle, and we did a lot of practicing.
But you ate a lot of breadcrumbs too.
I ate bread crust.
Bread crust, sorry.
Yeah, I ate all of my bread crust all the time because I wanted to learn how to whistle. But
that's a weird
now
word,
we are phenomenal whistlers. I can whistle better to music. Sorry, there's a lot going on. I had a protein shake on the way here, and I'm like, it's causing
You're burping
issues.
up strawberries protein shakes with your metallic cat-like fingers.
So, I can whistle really well to music.
Yeah.
And then my brother.
Do you do it a lot? Do you do it
I whistle all the time.
Okay, yeah.
And so one time in culinary school, somebody told me I was whistling. I don't know when I whistle anymore because it's just something that
Some people just do it. Yeah.
It's just something that I do. Like when I had my restaurant, you knew that I'm just whistling.
You're back in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my whistle.
But then I had somebody in culinary school one time and he turned to me and he goes, "You know that ladies aren't supposed to whistle."
What?
And I was like, "Excuse me?"
Get out of here, Carl.
And he was like, "Yeah, my mama always taught me that ladies aren't supposed to whistle."
Well, your mom lied to you too.
And I was like, "Well, tell your mama she's wrong because I'm a whistle." And I walked away and kept whistling. What does that mean?
Yeah. Do you do better with the blow out whistle or blow in whistle?
I do both.
Because you can definitely the blow out's and then blow in is. That is Kim's whistle right there. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's.
It is because I think there's some people who feel like they do better if they inhale, and then there's some people ready for this.
That was the sweetest strawberry.
I bet it was.
That was like candy.
Bethany cannot whistle.
What?
Get Out, right? Like
What?
classically trained music, phenom. Like
That's wild.
She can't do it. You ask her to do it sometimes. She looks totally ridiculous trying to blow air
Why
out.
doesn't she know how to whistle?
She just can't. She never has been able
She
to.
didn't eat her bread crust.
It's probably not.
Come on, Bethany. Eat your bread crust, go.
It's like finding somebody who can't swim or ride a bike. You're like, what? Like, how do you not know how to do
A
that?
lot of people don't know how to do that.
That's wild to me. When I talk to people, they're like, they can't swim. I'm like, really? Like, you can't swim? Mm-hmm. Like, how?
That's weird.
Did you grow up in like a field?
Yeah, that's weird that she can't whistle, especially because she's like a music
She is.
person. Could she like play a flute?
I don't know if she's a flute player, but like, I'm sure she could figure it out because that's just blowing out air. But,
I guess. I don't know.
It's weird, man.
I've never played a flute, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know why
fair.
I said that.
That's a good comment.
So anyways, yeah, so I didn't know that was like fake though until I was like 16.
That's fair.
And I remember in school, I was talking about it one time to somebody at lunch, and I was like, if you don't eat your bread crust, you're not going to be able to whistle. And they're like, what are you talking about?
Isn't it funny how you like can't even like even probably to this day you look at bread crust and you probably think like I got to eat that. You can't like.
Yeah, I will now leave like the last
just because
because like
take that.
There's
Grandpa.
nothing going on with it. Ugh. I'm not a bread crust liker, but hey, my mom got me to eat my bread crust. And I and my brother are really great whistlers now. Caleb can sound like a bird. He can sound like a firework, like
That's unbelievable.
But like he can do like the whistle with like the two.
Oh yeah.
But he can do it without his finger.
Like really loud.
Yeah. Like that's how he calls his kids.
That's wild.
I remember one time we were at a like theme park, and in this theme park there's like a gigantic hill, and it's the only way to get out of the park. Yep. And so like after a really long day at the park, to get out you have to climb like Mount Vesuvius. It is such a tall hill. But he was at the top of the hill, and we were kind of trying to figure out where he was. In the middle of like busy crowd, everybody's exiting. We heard Caleb whistle. We knew exactly where he was. Like we can hear his whistle. He's
like a car alarm going off.
Loud. It's so loud.
That's funny.
So we're great whistlers. What was yours?
Mine is also in the lies moms have told us category. Because like I couldn't think of something until you had said that, because I'm like, oh, I do have one. Mm-hmm. My mom always told me that if I ate my fingernails, like swallowed them, that my appendix would blow up.
What? What?
Yeah, to this day, like I'm waiting for my appendix to burst. Like or I'll watch somebody like chew on their nails, and I'm like, you swallow that? Like,
were you a fingernail biter?
Oh yeah, I still do to this day. Like, 100%. Like, but my mom, she'd be like, stop chewing on your nails. I'm like, why? She's like, because if you swallow those, like your appendix will blow up.
Did you get appendicitis?
I'm like, what?
Have you ever had it?
No. Like, I still own mine. It's still taking up residence in my body.
Hey, way to escape that.
I did. I made it. Do you have yours? Is it gone?
My appendix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got it.
Good for you. See, we're warriors.
I've never been a nail biter though. I'm a nail picker.
We are warriors.
we have overcome.
Yeah, to this day, like I'm waiting for my appendix to blow up because it's just got like 1,000 fingernails
40
in it.
years worth of
it's just getting like, well, and so here's the funny part.
That doesn't even make sense in your body.
It doesn't, because, and I didn't realize it until my youngest daughter went to the hospital once because she had like a side problem issue or whatever. So we go there, and I was like, is it the appendix? Because she chews her nails. And he like looks at me like, oh, no, I'm dead serious. And he looks at me, he's like, what? And I'm like, well, she chews her nails, so like, if she swallows, and he's looking at me like, moron, like, what is wrong with you? And so he's like, I want to show you how big the appendix is in your body. And
is it big?
No,
oh.
no, it's like we're talking like super small.
Oh.
And he's like, this is the appendix, and I was like, mine is huge because I have tons.
You're still trying to convince him, like, listen, Doc.
Yeah,
I know what I'm talking about. My mom told me. She would never lie to me.
That was the day where I was like, oh, and even to this day, I can't like rewire it. Like I still think I'm gonna lose it. Yeah.
I wonder what other lies. There was a lot of lies.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's.
Yeah.
I I wonder what other
I don't
lies
even
people have
know
been
if
told,
I
or
told
what you
my
told your
kids
kids.
lies. Like I
have.
I'm pretty I'm pretty positive. I've tried my best not to lie to them like in that regard.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm glad you
Why not?
haven't.
Come on. So my biggest lie that I tell the kids during the winter time, or like early spring and early fall. Wait, late spring and early fall.
They're gonna
When
listen
it's
to this
still
and be like,
warm,
"Oh my word!"
when it's like kind of warm, but like meh.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't want to go, they'll like ask to go to the park.
Yeah. Here it comes.
And so I tell them that the park, they closed. And one time I told
They
Owen,
closed?
they closed for winter. They haven't opened yet. And so there was one time that Owen was kind of like, no, they didn't.
He's like, you're lying.
And I was like, well, they had to close because a kid threw up on the slide. And
Get out.
You don't want to go down the slide.
You
in
lying, scheming lady. There's no way.
Somebody else, I once read some of these, like what like moms have told or what parents have told their kids. And there was another one that somebody told their kids that the park is closed on any day that ends in Y.
Get out.
And I was like, so they never went
They
to
never
the
go
park?
to the park. Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's horrible.
They're like, it's Monday, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't end in a Y.
yeah.
Tomorrow ends in a W. So
That should have just been like, what's a lie that your mom told you instead of what did you
I would love to
believe?
hear what people have to say though, because
What did you-
whether you tell them or you received it, like, yeah. So or some. But the
Yeah.
funniest question is, or the funniest part of that is, you said, what is something you believed as a kid that's not true? And we immediately went to a lie that we've been told.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know anything else that would be. Oh, my mom also told me that the people on the other side of the TV, like if I was watching TV, that the people on the other side of the TV could hear us and
Get
watch
out.
us and see us. And if I didn't behave in front of the TV, I'm talking with the strawberry. Just
Yeah,
like
you're waving that thing around like a baton.
if the people on the other side of the TV saw that I was like being mean to my brother, or if I was just like throwing a fit or just doing something that I was supposed to do, then they were going to stop the show. To this day, in front of shows, you can't
do
so
it
quietly
because you're like
I
they're
don't talk-
watching.
I get annoyed like at theaters and stuff like that because like people are talking, and it's not because I think
You're like
that,
they're coming. They're gonna come.
It's not anymore that I think that like they can say. I understand how it works
Right.
now, but like that has ingrained in me.
You're telling
like,
people they're gonna get grounded. You're
sit-
like, you're gonna get grounded. You're being such a bad boy right now.
So like so yes, I used to sit
Oh,
in
my
front of the TV
goodness,
so
that's
well
so
because I
funny.
didn't want them to end the show.
Man.
So and I to this day like very quiet in front of TVs.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, thanks, Mom.
All right.
Doing it right.
So today's topic, Kim usually gives us the topic, and then I'll give you a little bit of an explanation, and then we'll break it down. So today's
break it down now.
break it down now.
What is that from? Oh, that's from Drumline.
Is it? Oh,
That's a good movie. Drumline is a good
one band,
movie.
one sound.
I just watched that not too long ago. Like I don't know what made me think about it.
You gotta love your drum.
I loved that movie.
My kids
It's
love it.
Such a
Somebody's gonna
good-
be like, I can't believe your kids watch that. I'll be like, they're band kids. Like, hold up a minute. Like, before you go, like,
we practice them cadences.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Anyways, today we are talking about YouTube culture.
Oh my goodness.
So YouTube and YouTube culture.
YouTube.
Are you a YouTube person?
What do you mean by that? Like a YouTube person?
Do you watch YouTube?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite channels.
There's channels within YouTube though.
100%. I don't know what we would watch if there was no YouTube. I can tell you my first grace though, like right off. Well, I gotta like break
We
this down
grease first anyway.
Yeah. I was
Where
gonna
you
tell you my
going?
first grease. I was gonna say
Oh,
my
you
first
said grace, I thought.
But let me break down what we're talking about. And I'm gonna give you the social impact of YouTube because everybody knows what YouTube is. YouTube is a platform where people have videos.
I'd be concerned if you didn't know what YouTube was.
Yeah, because if you have no idea what we're talking about, I don't know how you got here. Take a detour, go back. The American online video sharing and social media platform YouTube has had social impact on many fields, with some individual videos of the site having directly shaped world events. This is crazy. What? Yeah. It is the world's largest video hosting website and second most visited website, according to both Alexa Internet and SimilarWeb, used by 81% of adult Americans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow. Constituting one of the world's most popular search engines, YouTube enables inexpensive distribution of educational content, including course material from educational institutions and how-to videos from individuals. Worldwide, video access has spurred innovation by enabling geographically distributed individuals to build upon each other's works, to collaborate, or to crowdsource, etc., so on and so on. First, Greece. Easy.
Go.
Ads. Come on, man. Like, and here's the deal.
Okay.
Because I'm going to take you back in time to when there was this thing called cable. And everybody had cable, and you would and cable, you'd have to flip through all the channels. Then cable got this thing called a guide. And so you could flip through the guide, and you could page down through the guide and all that other stuff.
Yep.
And we had these things called commercials. And there were 2 of them in between a 30-minute show. Remember that? There's one at the beginning, one in the middle, one right before the end, and they came back, and there was like 2 or 3 seconds, and then there was another one after that. So that was kind of the normal format. After that, well, then we got into streaming services because people like Netflix were sending DVDs in the mail, and you got DVDs, and then you send them back.
Did you ever do that with
100%.
Netflix?
Yep, absolutely.
I think I did it once.
So then you went into streaming services, and streaming services had 0 ads. Like, it wasn't a big deal.
Yes.
Neither did YouTube. And then they realized the power behind ads, and they started putting ads in it. Well, the cool thing was, it was only 1 ad, and you could skip that ad, which was amazing. But now, and here's the grease.
I feel like he's talking to the CEO of YouTube right now, not me.
You're like, your beef is not with me, Jordan.
This is like a typed up disposition that Jordan has.
It's been a while. This is my therapy session. Let me add it. So now it drives me absolutely bonkers because streaming services have basically said if you pay more, we'll have less ads.
But that's a lie.
And that is a lie from the pit
Bold-faced lie
of hell. 100%. And YouTube's doing it now too because you get halfway through a video, you're watching it, whatever the case is, you're a minute in, and all of a sudden, boom, it goes right to a video, and now you got to press skip or you got to wait 30 seconds or whatever. Just let me watch my stupid video.
Yeah, that's... I think that the creators of the videos decide when those ads get placed.
I am a creator, not a huge content creator on YouTube. There is some truth to that. Now, our church uses YouTube because we push all our sermons out and stuff like that. And so we're not at the point yet where we're big enough where we're monetizing anything. So you can start to put ads in there and whatnot. But what a lot of people are doing, and this is where it gets super frustrating, is now you have interruptions ads, but you also have people who are giving ads in the middle as well. So YouTube will say, hey, do you have any ads or promotional materials within this video? Majority of the time it's yes for those individuals.
Stupid.
It drives me nuts. It's just all product
I am
placement.
sick of ads. I can attest to that because there's been a couple of people, like there's this home renovation person who like they're rebuilding their house from nothing.
Sure.
Realistically, like I don't know why she bought this house because they ripped it all out. But anyways, like I will watch her stuff, not on YouTube. I think she's on YouTube, but like I don't think I've ever watched her on YouTube, but like on Instagram, I'll watch like her little reel.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll be like talking about like, like she'll be talking about like her walls going up or something like that. And she's like, but then sometimes we need a break. And I'm like, why is there an ad in the middle of this? We don't need to have an ad in a 30-second video.
It drives
it's 30 seconds.
me nuts. Now, I had a student, and bless his heart, because I ran it on this once in class about how absolutely ridiculous it is. And he sent me a link, and he's like, hey, this will get rid of all your ads. And it worked for a while, but then YouTube changed their platform up a little bit, and now like it doesn't work. But it was amazing because you could be watching a video, and it would just glitch for a second, and then it would like override that ad, and it would go right back into the video.
That'd be nice.
So if you guys have that, send it to your boy.
Yeah.
Like that's I need that back.
Yeah,
like because it was amazing.
Ads have really kind of like gotten out of control.
I feel like I could like legitimately get, like, I understand you got to pay bills, right? Like, and I understand you want to pay content creators and people like now with YouTube, these individuals, influencers, if you will, that's how they make their money. Like, I get it. I understand.
Yes.
Like, this is your thing. Like, we're in a platform right now that's small enough where we haven't done that, where we might, like we've actually toyed around with that, but there is a little piece of us that's like, this is what we do for fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's like
we dipped our toes in and it turns into work.
It's going to become a job. And if we don't have that person who's going to do that for us, we just don't have the time to do that. So either we're going to blow up and our platform that we utilize is going to do that for us, or like we're going to stay where we're at. We're kind of comfortable with that in that regard. And we love, the 30 of you that listen to this.
I was going to say, what number is it going to toss out? What number is it?
4. We love the 4 of you. So I get it. Like, and would it be fun? But, you and I have talked about this a couple of times too. You have to be really careful when something you love to do becomes your job, because then you might not love it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've toyed around a lot with putting content online, and I've realized that I don't want to go through all that editing. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Like, that just doesn't fit me.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I did not realize. I knew that it took a lot of work. And once again, I'm talking for like a 30-second video, right? Because there's people like that I'll watch. I love watching.
You're talking like shorts
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like the amount of time that people put in to like a 30-second short is wild. Like the cooking videos, the way that everything has to be set up. I have a friend who she was like kind of playing around with maybe doing something along those lines. And so she did these like wonderful looking like videos. But then I realized I tried to do it one time.
Think of how much time went into that.
Oh my goodness. I tried to do it with one recipe and I got like halfway through and I was like, this is stupid.
Because you lose. So I'll watch a video because I'm with you. I'll watch a video and I'll go, because I'm an artist, like through and through. I like the creative process. I like that stuff. But I'll watch a video sometimes, especially from people whom I love, and I'm like, that took you a long time.
Yeah.
Like, that was not as easy as just push and record.
You have to love the process of making, like, that's a whole other art.
Oh,
I don't love.
And if you don't have somebody who's going to be able to, it's kind of like a tattoo artist, right? Like, if you don't have somebody who knows what you're talking about and is able to put that and manifest that into real life, it's going to be frustrating for you, because you have a vision in your head of what this is going to look like. And then if it doesn't come out that way, it is an extremely frustrating process.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So anyway, so my first one, because I have multiples, but my first one would be ads. What do you got?
My first one with YouTube is like, I feel like it has turned into, it's kind of along the same lines as ads, because it's turned into like a business. Like YouTube has turned into a business, like the how-tos, and you can subscribe to certain people, but they only post so many videos. And it's like when YouTube first came out, and like, what was it? Like 2005? No, was it? It was a little bit later.
I'll find it for you.
That.
Keep going.
YouTube, whenever YouTube came out, it was just like fun. It was like stupid, idiotic videos. Like that's when Charlie Bit Me came out.
2005. So 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I was right. 2005.
Yep.
Oh, happy 20th anniversary.
Yeah, YouTube. Good for you. High five.
High five. And then like the stupid videos of like, have you ever seen the Charlie video?
Oh, yeah.
The unicorn.
Yeah. Oh,
Charlie,
yeah.
Going to Candy
Hello,
Mountain,
Charlie. That is a great video. Oh, my word.
Like, that was like such a fun golden time, because we didn't have...
That's so funny.
We didn't have any of the business behind it. It was literally just people who had this like creative bug to do something stupid and silly.
Candy Mountain, 44 million views.
That's why. What's the highest viewed video on YouTube?
Keep going.
Because I'm curious about, like, it has to be one of the earlier ones.
Yeah.
And so anyways, like it kind of has turned into a business. So I'm going along with that, because now like the creators are doing those ads, and you're not just able to watch for the sake of just watching. Like, I can't watch a how-to on things.
Baby Shark has 15.84 billion views.
Baby Shark?
Baby Shark, the Baby Shark dance.
Ew.
Pink Fong Baby Shark, kids songs and stories.
That really did take off, though.
Yeah. Well, and like, here's the crazy thing. Like, it's not going to be what you think it is that has the top. like majority of these are like kid stuff, like Wheels on the Bus, the Bass song, which would make sense because what do parents do?
They turn on YouTube.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that makes sense. Which I don't really like that.
Wow.
I mean,
Uptown Funk has 5.55 million or billion views.
Why?
It's going to give it to you.
It is a fun song. My kids like that song.
Katy Perry's up there. Biebs is up there.
It's also like, here's my other grease, is like anybody can post on YouTube.
Yeah. It's kind of like us, though.
That's
Anybody
a
can
problem.
podcast, right?
Yeah, but just because you can doesn't mean you should.
And it's been nice knowing you. Goodbye, internet.
Just because
there's somebody
you
out there's like,
can.
amen. End this shenanigan.
I'm glad she finally came to that conclusion. I've been waiting for her to come up with it.
They're like, I wish that epiphany would come up. That's so funny.
But like, I'm talking about like the people who kind of set themselves up for ridicule.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And
they're like, I don't understand why nobody likes me. And you're like, sweetheart,
watch the video.
Take a look in the mirror.
Take those rose-colored glasses off, and then you'll see.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh, you open yourself up to a lot of criticism that you're not expecting, which kind of goes into like my next grease is like, people are vicious.
Oh, comment section.
Comment
section.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I feel like YouTube was really where it first started, where like people just would go for the jugular and not hold back.
The funniest part is like it's the same with social media, but YouTube's a little different because you can hide behind like an avatar.
Yeah.
So like if I comment on your Facebook, right, you're like, Jordan, seriously,
Yeah.
you gotta know that person. YouTube, on the other hand, it's coming from like Jack the Ripper,
Squeaky
16.
Shoe.
Yeah.
Shoes 8623.
And he just like annihilated you or she. You know, let's not gender
And you
discriminate
have no
here.
idea like how old they are at all. Like there's
and
anonymity.
it's random stuff too. It's like, hey, you should die, and you're like, whoa.
I just posted about how to shuck corn.
Yeah. The only corn you should be shucking is the one on the way.
On the one on the bottom of my feet.
So violent.
Yeah, people are so vicious, and it's like, why are you?
Do you go there though? Like when you watch a video, are you immediately like, I gotta know what the dialogue is underneath of this?
Not on YouTube for the most part. I go on to Instagram because YouTube has opened up this whole other like realm of videos, and so like on Instagram, sometimes I will see videos, and I'm like, well,
what
I
did
gotta
they
see
say?
what the
I
people
gotta
got
know.
to say. I gotta hear what the masses are gonna be saying because But people are just so mean. Like, you don't have to. Why do you have to post it?
Yeah, I think there's some. I mean, I'm trying to think if I've ever commented on a YouTube video. I've commented a couple times, like just like a question. Like I do like the fact that you can, be like, hey, I noticed you did this. Like, can you show me how you kind of did that or whatever? And some people are pretty gracious. They'll respond back to it. But yeah, man, like they're like, so
have you ever made a comment and then people like trash you under that
comment?
Oh,
yeah.
And it's like, guys.
It's like, hey, what are you, stupid? Like, you can't figure that out yourself?
It's
like I just asked him a question, man.
It's like taking out like kind of the joy of asking. Like, I love watching YouTube for how-tos.
Oh, yeah.
But if I have to follow up with a question and somebody comments, you just do this, you idiot.
Yeah,
and it's
Well, and it's immediate.
Don't make me feel bad for not knowing. I'm trying to learn.
Hey, doofus. Like, if you would know anything about life, you would know that you wouldn't have to comment here. It's like, what are you doing? And here's the other thing. Like, who are these people? You're sitting in your underwear in a basement and a lazy boy on, like, some 1998 Windows computer, and I'm offended by it. I'm out here getting it in life. That drives me nuts. Like, what are you doing? They're like with their laptop on their belly, like typing on the keys.
They have a 98.
Yeah.
Windows desktop.
Your computer started with doo doo doo. That's what happened to you. And I'm offended. That's the funniest part.
Yeah.
Which I also think, though, like, that's kind of funny because this isn't a grease or grace, but it's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
When you watch a how-to video on YouTube and you go under, this is the same thing with groups, like Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Like, somebody will comment, and I'm instantly thinking, like, is this person credible?
Yeah. I know. There's people, like, how you're looking up, like, how to fix a fan, and somebody's like, oh yeah, I've been fixing fans since 1973. This is a no, and you're like, are you also watching a YouTube video? Or
So like we're in the process of remodeling a closet, and like Bethany's like, what do you think we should do? And I'm like, well, first of all, like I have no idea, but I will let the internet decide. So take a couple pictures of our closet, throw them up there or whatever, in a couple of groups that I'm a part of, like organizational groups and whatnot, which speaks a lot to my personality.
Yeah.
And a couple of people are like, you should do this and you should do this. I have no idea who these people are or what their house looks like or who they are, but I'm instantly like, that's a great idea.
But people have sometimes really good
They
ideas.
do, but who knows? This person could be anyone. Like it could be like this person could live in a 1-bedroom house that has nothing
They
to
could be
it.
hoarders.
100%.
You never know, but like, hey, you're getting a great piece of information from them.
Conceptually wise, this is what I would do.
I mean, I would hope that they would at least know a little bit of what they're doing.
Maybe.
I don't know. Do they sound like they're credible?
Here's my other like Grease. Yeah, they did sound credible. They gave me a couple things. I just copy and pasted over Bethany. I was like, here you go. These are from credible sources. People love you. Like,
Just in case there's anybody who is a like just fresh graduated listening to this, understand that we are not freshly graduated.
No, we're
we
adults.
still don't know what we're doing. Stop trying to figure things out. Stop thinking that adults know what we're doing.
We have no idea.
We literally just look it all up on YouTube and Google.
100%.
Like, I don't know what our parents did. I don't know what our grandparents did. Everybody was faking it. Nobody was.
you walked across the street. Like if you didn't know what was going on, like your neighbor looked at you and they're like, hey,
But they
changing
found
your
out
oil?
from someone.
Exactly. And they looked at it and goes, hey, that's not the right way to do it.
Yeah, and
Like-
that's exactly. But like, there had to be they had to find out themselves too. Like, all of us are just trying to figure it out. None of us know.
There was a
None
real
of us
life
know
comment
what we're
section.
doing.
It was the people who were in their house looking at you out the window going,
Through
look
their
at
blinds.
this moron.
You only had one,
And they are
instead
on their
of 1
telephone that
million.
has a cord on it, which they brought out from the other thing. And they're calling the neighbor down the road and be like, hey, you got to look outside of what Jordan's doing right now. This moron.
He needs some help.
Yeah,
he needs
100%.
some milk. Anyways, what's your other grief?
Here's this is like a first world problem, like 100%.
Okay.
We were talking about this the other day. Like, so with TV, there used to be like, you get a new episode every week, right? And you get a new thing. Well, now, like with shows, you can binge watch them within a weekend, which whatever, it is what it is. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not happy about it. I don't have
do
feelings.
that,
I don't
by the
have
way.
I don't have
That's not
feelings, right? But
I like the suspense. What's gonna happen next? I never know.
the worst part is when you find a creator or an influencer that you love, and they got like one video. You're like, that was so good.
You know what drives me crazy? When people are like, follow up with the next video, finding part 2 of my next video of this.
There isn't
and then
one.
there's no
There
there's no part
is
2.
no.
Upload the part 2 if you're gonna tell us to go to part 2. Oh, that makes me mad. Upload part 2.
Yep.
Because we're gonna finish this video and we're gonna be looking for part 2 and we're gonna be losing interest because you told us to go to part 2 and we only have part 1.
And then you look at the timestamp and you're like, 2012, huh? Like that was it. And you're like, I should have known. It's on me.
They had like some major tragedy happen.
It's like, hey,
like
it's
they
Jack
lost
and
both their
Carol.
arms.
It's Jack and Carol here, and we'll tune in next time. We'll show you how it ends. And it's like never happens, and
There's
it's
nothing.
2012. And you're like,
We're never gonna know.
you're finding these people on Facebook. You're like, hey, what happened? Did you guys ever finish
Please fill this.
the tiny house project?
What does the bus project look like?
I need to know because you were so close. You know, it's like, but then in the back of your mind, you're like, I get it. I know why you gave up. It's a lot of
that's very
editing.
true.
Like, I get it. It's fine.
But if you're saying part 2, if you tell us to go to part 2,
and there's no part
give
2.
us part 2.
Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll never upload another video again.
Which is another thing that drives me crazy. I don't like part 2s. Just put it all in one video.
Amen.
Put it all in one
Amen.
18-hour long video.
I'm good
Give
with
us
it.
the little, like the timestamps of like
Yep.
when you get to this and how you get to this.
Yep.
And then I'll follow it.
And let me burn it. Let me just burn through it.
Like-
It's going to take me at least 30 seconds to get through your 12-minute video.
Yes.
And
yeah.
I'm good with it.
Oh, you know what else drives me crazy? now that
we
I'm
just
like thinking
roll
about
it down this hill.
When I am doing a how-to,
Okay.
On YouTube. And then like people have done like jazzy transitions. And so they'll be like fumbling with, like how to change your oil, for example. I know how to change my car oil, but we're going to say for lack of better, I don't know, example. So it'll be like some old man with, dirty hands. And he's like, now this is how you're going to check your oil. You're going to pull out the dipstick and you're going to, blah, blah, blah. And then you like, there's a transition that like his great grandson did or something like that.
Like
that
the square
to, like,
that comes out and then it turns and it comes back in.
But like it cuts to like, and that's how you change your oil.
And you're like, whoa, wait.
No. We missed a lot of steps. And so like you're going back in the video and you're like,
you're like, I have a carburetor in my hand right now. I don't know how I got there.
3 lug nuts that I need to put back in my engine. Where do they go?
It's so true.
Where do they go, Carl? I don't know.
They do like a really like the blurred transition. It goes from like 1 to like and we're done. And you're like, we're not done.
Like it's an incomplete how-to. Like not only do I need the how to take apart, but I need the how to put it back together because otherwise like.
Well, and it's worse when you can't find the video. So every year, I used to. I don't really anymore. I used to take the deck off of my mower and then put it back on because we have a riding lawnmower. And I was like, where's that stupid video of that guy that knows how to put... And there's like 10... Here's the other hard thing. There's 10 videos to do it, but only one guy really did a good job on it, you know?
And you're like, I don't remember which one. And so you're like going through all 10 and you're like, which one was
Yeah, because you can see the red line. Like, okay, you definitely watched halfway through that one and you're like, well, did I watch halfway through it because that's where I stopped? Or did I like, and then you're just at this complete state of frustration because you're like, I guess I'm not gonna be able to mow my yard this year.
Get a new lawn mower.
Your neighbor's over there like, it's just, why are you watching the video, man? Like, it's not that hard. Just put that bolt on there and you're like, oh, I'm dead inside.
It's really funny that you say that because right now we're switching out the belt in
it is.
Our lawnmower. My dad took it apart. I was present.
You're trying to find the right video.
I remember how to put it back once we get the belt. And so, Dad, if you're listening, please come back.
Me the video.
Please come back. You did the weird transition.
He's going to be listening to this and be like, oh, yeah, I did forget to go back. Like, that's my fault.
No, he showed me. He full on showed me what bolts I needed to like.
He figured apart. You knew. Like, that's the problem. You should have recorded it and been like, you know what? This is on me. It's my fault.
Yeah, I sometimes those how-tos. I did that with my my Roomba.
Oh no,
Roomba Ron. Roomba Ron went over some dog poop one time. And so I was like, I'm gonna clean it. And so I went on YouTube and like I was taking Roomba Ron apart. It was all good. I put him back together.
Oh no.
And I had 3 screws sitting on the table.
Okay.
He was completely put together. I don't know to this day where those screws went.
But you didn't need them. It's kind of like your tendons in your body when the doctor takes them out. They're like, hey, we took out these, we put them on your arm. You're like, I feel like I need those. And he's like, you really don't.
Not really.
You're telling me that God put extra parts in me? Is that what you're screaming at right now?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
I have no idea where those screws went. And I was like, well, Ron, he did his job until he no longer did his job.
It is what it is.
So,
it is what
anyways,
it is. Do you have any graces?
I love that there's so many.
I was going to say, the possibilities are endless.
Anything with YouTube.
Like, it is amazing how, like, whether I want to waste time or I want to learn a new talent, I'm like, I can do anything.
I know. It's wonderful. You can learn a whole new language.
Oh.
You can do it all.
And there's times when you're like, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm going to do this every single day. And then, like, 2 days later, you're like, nope. I take it back. I'm not going to do that.
I love that there is literally a how-to for seemingly everything until you're looking for that one how-to for the one thing that you need to
This
fix.
makes me wonder, though, like, and I've wondered this forever. Would these people... Creme always rises, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite expressions because it's so true. You got all this stuff and, like, it doesn't matter. AI doesn't, like, frighten me at all because I'm like, it always goes, like good content, whatever it is, goes to the top.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter who's creating what with what. Like, at some point, it will, like, the best will be the best, right? Always. So, like, but I'm constantly curious. I'm like, would these people be famous? And famous is a relative word, you know? But, like, would you be able to do what you do now if you didn't have this platform in your lap?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because you didn't have that possibility, right? Like you used to have to like pitch your thing to a network, and then some guy had to be like, well, we can do that or we can't do that or whatever the case is, or you had to kind of win them over. You had to have like a sales pitch. And now it's like, you know what? Forget that. Like I'm going to go ahead and put my content up and see what happens. And then all of a sudden, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, you know, whatever the case is, like here comes all this stuff and you're going, oh, like you are something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, but would you be that guy? I follow this guy. He's an artist. He's fantastic. Oh my word. He's amazing.
His name is Bob Ross.
No. He said he's like, I didn't realize how much my art was influencing people until I put it online. And he's like, because then one video came out and he's like, and it got X amount of views. And then the next video came out and he's like, and then before I knew it, I was a thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, that would have never happened.
Yeah.
And he's like, and it was total accidental because he didn't mean for that to happen. It just happened.
Which is really cool. Like
I love that.
That's a really cool grace of YouTube is like, it does allow people to, with like, I don't want to say with like weird talents, because they're not weird talents, but like off kilter talents that are not like, it's like the swim team of a school. Like you have the football stars,
right?
But then like there's all these other sports that kind of like fall by the wayside because they're not the big money makers. These like YouTube has allowed all of these like not big money makers to turn into money makers because they post it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Of course they have to do it with ads. And
do you feel like the celebrity's dead though? Do you feel like it's gone?
I think it's made it a little bit, I think it's muddled the waters a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like now we have like the only type of celebrity is like $1 trillion rich. And
right.
like they're so far removed from reality.
Baby Shark.
And so, yeah, they're the baby sharks of society.
Yeah.
But then we have all these other like people who are popular. They're still making good money, but like it's based off of their like day in the life videos. Or,
right.
Get ready with me's.
So, which is so funny. But like, so a buddy of mine asked me yesterday, actually, he said, would you rather be a person in a professional sport who's like subpar, but you're still pro, right? Like, so you're in like the major leagues or the NFL or, you know, the NHL, whatever the case is. He's like, but nobody really knows you, but you play. Like you play all the time. He's like, or would you rather be the best of the best in a sport that's not as like well known?
Ooh.
And it's a good question because what's funny is like if you're really popular in a not well known sport, like everybody loves you in that world.
Yeah.
And knows you and understands you. But in the same time, like that's what YouTube has done. Like, so there's people out there who they're like, I love that guy. He's so amazing. And all he does is like get ready with me stuff or whatever the case is. And so to those people, he's famous. But to the rest of us, we look at it and go, who?
I know. Anytime that I'm like in an airport, as I'm like walking past people, I'm like, I wonder if I walked past somebody like
that I knew, right?
Quasi-famous.
Right.
Like, they're not.
And the answer is yes, you did.
I'm sure that I have.
I'm sure you did.
Sure, yeah. Like, I'm sure. There's people who, like, take pictures, and they're, like, have you ever seen those videos of, like, people who are, like, my mom was sitting next to Dennis Quaid and didn't know
she had
who
no
he
idea.
was.
Yeah.
That would be me. Like, I don't know who, like...
Yeah, like, so you're, like, a big deal? Like...
There was a video not too long ago of Sabrina Carpenter. She's... You don't probably know who she is, but she's got, like, music.
You're proving my point though, right there. Yeah.
But she was a musician, or is a musician. She's a very big musician right now. She just had a concert, and like so many people had posted this video of their like confused faces because all of this crowd was like freaking out because of one of the guests that was at Sabrina Carpenter's concert.
And nobody knew.
And they were like, who is she? And then other people were like, oh my goodness, that's this influencer.
Yeah.
And it's like wild to me.
You have one famous person in the crowd who's more famous than the person who's on the stage.
That you paid tickets to go and see, and you're more thrilled to see.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like muddled the waters of what celebrity status
which has happened
is.
like so we had this happen with a comedian before he was really, really big and famous.
Now he is big.
But like we sat down with, we were at a restaurant. He was there, and I just went up and asked him like, "Hey, would you take a picture with us?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's cool." And then later he was saying in his show, he's like, "I love doing that for people." He's like, "But just know when the waitress comes back, she doesn't know who I am." Like, she has no idea. She's looking at me like, should I know you? And he's like, I'm a comedian, or whatever. Well, like 5 people in this restaurant just freaked out because you were here, but I am not freaking out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I am, like, around people. Like, Bethany follows people, and like we've become friends with these people, which is kind of weird within itself. And so she still like thinks very highly of. To me, they're like just normal people. Mm-hmm. But it's wild because they're like, did you know who you were standing next to? I'm like,
do you know who I'm standing next to?
Do you know who they're standing next to? Like, I mean, let's flip this a little bit, right?
Yeah. Oh man, one of my graces with YouTube. I like forgot what I was talking about.
You're like, what are we talking about again?
I forgot what I was talking about for a second. Is that it does give a lot of platform for a lot of different things. Like I don't want to say that I'm more aware of things now, but like you have access to it all, which I guess it's kind of a grace and a grace.
Right.
Like it's nice to be able.
You can access anything now.
Yeah.
It's totally at your fingertips.
It's probably not a good skill to have.
and not only can you access it, but it's really funny. You can obtain anything now too.
Yes.
Like anything is available to you. The things that you used to have to cut out in a magazine or a cardboard box and send out and wait for 2 weeks, it's like here tomorrow.
It's like ready and available.
Which is the same thing for YouTube, because it's like, oh, I don't know how to do that. Hang on.
I'm going to learn.
Guess what?
I'm going to learn real quick.
Can't whistle? Well, give me 2 minutes and 30 seconds because I'll be better than you.
Well, and what's cool too is like there's different perspectives. So like the way that you are going to learn something by the words that somebody says is not the way that I'm going to learn the exact same skill.
Yeah.
Because of the words that they say. So like normally there are multiple different perspectives, if you will, of the exact same thing that I'm trying to.
Which is why it's so cool that there's 20 different influencers. It's
nice, yeah.
Because you're like, if I didn't learn it from you, there's been a couple times where I've watched something and I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. Move over to guy number 2 and I'm like, oh. Yeah.
It's wild to me. It's wild to me that people make a living off of you. And not just like a small living. Like can buy multi-million-dollar mansions.
Well, so
off of YouTube.
Yeah, I think I shared the story a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember, but there was like I follow a lot of people in the ultra running community, run like 150 miles, or whatever, and like they were doing like a tag team race or something, and they're in this van and they're talking, and they're like their 4th guy has like a real job. And so they're like, we have to wait for Ron because he has a real job. And they're laughing about it because the guy who's filming them, he's like, what do you mean he has a real job? He's like, we're all influencers. Like we all make our money off like Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. And he's like, Ron works at a corporation. So like he can't run 50 miles until like he's off his job. He has to punch out, And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going, wow, like that's
it's insane.
Interesting.
Like think of like Dude Perfect.
It's the same thing.
They literally
built giant structures based off of just all of their stuff.
And they started on YouTube doing trick shots in a basketball hoop.
And this goes back to like one of our very first episodes because we were talking about that. Like I'm not mad.
I'm not. No.
There's some people out there who that's a grease. I look at it and I go, those people are still grinding.
They are.
Like, and I love it.
Work.
I love it. I think you're hustling. Like, by all means, don't let me be the person who looks at you and be like, oh, I can't believe you do that. Because Bethany and I have had this conversation a couple times. Who's more to blame? The person who is doing the trick shots or the person who's watching the trick shots?
Exactly. You're watching it, which then, with the ads that they put in that video,
100%.
They're getting.
There's a guy out there that's all he does. He does a minute shots. Sometimes it takes him 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes him 4 days. But like, you think about it, and I'm like, he's still doing it. He's still doing the thing, like grinding out and doing the thing. Like, can't be mad at you.
Yeah.
Like, be mad at the people who are sitting there like shoving that content in their face. I don't know.
Yeah, it's wild to me, but like good for you guys for being able to
Get it.
I wonder what it would sound like explaining the job of an influencer to somebody in the 1800s.
Right?
Like
Yeah.
Like, how do you explain?
And here's the thing. I can't even explain to somebody in the 1800s how my cell phone works.
I know.
So, like, I'm out. Like, I have nothing to contribute to society. People were like, hey, what'd you do? You know, like, oh, I was on my computer a lot. And they're like, what's a computer? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, like, explaining that you're making millions of dollars
Yeah.
doing,
What you do.
whatever it is that you record yourself doing on YouTube. That's
wild.
Insane to me. Good for them, though.
Good for you.
Great. Good on you.
We get to the end of the podcast, and we always ask what we would like to hear from you. So, Kim, I'll let you.
What did you believe as a child?
Yeah.
What was the lie?
That's a good one.
What was the lie that you believed?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like a lie that your mom told you, but like, what did you believe?
That is a good one. That's a great question. Like,
my mom thought that. My mom thought that there were like people in her radio that were singing.
Really? Like little people?
And I don't know that like anybody
like Indian
told
in the
her
cupboard
that.
type stuff?
Yeah, like that's what she thought was people were.
How do we get them out?
I don't know. So yeah, like what did you believe as a child?
That's so funny. That's a good one.
What was your like first introduction video to YouTube?
To YouTube. Yeah.
Because like mine was like Candy Mountain.
Yeah.
Charlie. Ouch, Charlie.
Charlie
You
bit me. Charlie bit me. I don't even know what my first ones were.
It's still hurting.
I mean, I'm from the Vine days. Me, your husband and I, we talk about that all the time. Like the Vine stuff.
I remember when I worked at the coffee shop before I owned it. Like that's what we would do in slow times. We would go back
just watch videos
and like watch YouTube videos because
Yeah.
that was like the golden age of
I'm gonna be
weird videos.
I'm gonna be a little bit different, and I really hope people respond to this because this is like one of those episodes where I'm going, man, I would love for you to respond. Who do you subscribe to?
Ooh.
Like your top 4, 3, whatever the case is. Like who do you like?
I don't subscribe to any people.
You don't, or
No.
channels? It could be channels.
So I can tell you.
Give some love. Like who's your top? Who's your top?
My top. I watch Cut a lot of times.
What's Cut?
They do a lot of like people. I don't know how else to explain it.
Okay.
Like
Just look it up.
Just
Just look it up,
different
peeps.
interviews with people. How to or not how to's. And then I think it's Insider. It's been super interesting. It's like how crime works.
You in crime.
It's not true crime. It's
Right.
so like I was watching one the other day and it was this guy who he was an FBI agent for like 20 some years and he worked inside the Outlaws, which is a biker group.
Yeah.
And then he worked with he brought down a white supremacy group.
Whoa.
And he was an undercover agent.
Whoa.
And so I find stuff like that really, really fascinating. So I think it's Insider is what it's called.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what the other one. Oh yeah, Business Insider, and that one they do authorized accounts. So this one is like how North Korea actually works.
Man, look at you with all like the neat stuff.
I'm like hardcore into how people work.
Okay.
Another one is Jubilee.
Okay.
That one's really, really interesting because they have this channel or this show called Surrounded.
Okay.
And so it's like one conservative surrounded by 25 liberals.
Whoa.
And it's just interesting to listen to like them argue. There was one guy who it was a doctor surrounded by 25 anti-vaxxers. There was another one that was like one person who was like a biblical debater surrounded by 25.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, but it's always like 25 different.
And they get to ask questions, and then they get so long to respond.
Well,
and
so
stuff
the
like
person
that.
in the middle has these like statements.
Right.
And then the 25 people around them have to try and argue against that to like change their mind. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
So I am constantly watching like how people work, how people think. It fascinates me.
That's fair.
What are yours?
I follow this guy named Retro Rick. He goes to retro gaming stores.
I really wish that I would have went first.
Yeah, because I don't like people are gonna be like, "What? Like for real?" He owns a store that has like all like, which is funny because I'm not a gamer at all.
Yeah, that's
but it's
super strange.
It's all like nostalgia, he buys like Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games. But the level here's probably why I follow him. The level of organization in the people that he visits is fascinating to me, like how they organize their collections and do some of that stuff.
Oh yeah,
like I love that.
That's cool.
I follow a guy named Peter McKinnon. He's an artist. I love him. He's the coolest guy I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think like who else is like that I actually like watch like on a regular basis. I mean, I have like a plethora of CrossFit, people that I follow for sure. Right now though, my feed, if you will, is all on organization and anything that's creativity and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, mine is all people. Like I'm looking and it's like there's one right now that I'm like, ooh, a human trafficking detective.
So I'll just give you these are the titles of the videos who are up, like stealth camping behind Home Depot, 2025
stealth camping behind Home Depot.
Yeah.
Okay.
2025 desk setup for creativity and focus. Energy at the World Fitness Project, those type of things. 100 miles in less than 24 hours. It's just
wow.
So stuff.
It's so I want to know like
all the time. So when I'm on YouTube, I need to just go a different direction.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that goes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like to know how people think. That's mine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are totally out of time.
We are.
And you know what? That's okay because
great chat today, Jordan.
I love it. I'm glad you chose to waste your time with us because time with us is not time wasted.
Well played.
So we know that we say that every week, but I think it bears repeating, and I know we say it a lot, but share your thoughts. Like, reach out to us. We love to hear from you guys. Social media or email at greaseandgracepod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you have stories, questions, or even suggestions on future topics, or if you believe that fingernails do indeed go into your appendix, let us know. We need some definite medical research.
I need a diagram
to
of
back
how that works.
up. Yeah. So reach out to us, hit us up, share this. I already said it, but like, comment, and subscribe. And then we'll hit you up next week when we give you a new topic and maybe a new question. And until then, we'll talk to you later.
Later. Bye.